A Democratic judge just sided with Trump and Elon Musk in what will probably surprise you. Take a look.
The Trump administration scoring a big victory in court as a judge rejects calls from blue states to block Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency from obtaining federal data.
All right, so you're probably as surprised as I am, but that's right, Judge Tanya Chutkan. And you're probably wondering, well, Shemichael, why does that name sound so familiar? Well, she was the judge who presided over Trump's January 6th case and often, and I mean often, ruled against Trump over and over and over again. Well, she just ruled in favor of Elon Musk keeping his hands on federal data and government agencies. I mean, guys, I couldn't believe this when I saw it myself, but take a look at this clip.
Talking about Judge Tanya Chutkan. She's the Obama-appointed judge who oversaw Trump's criminal case related to allegations of election subversion. Today, she declined to block Elon Musk and Doge from accessing data at a slew of federal agencies. Now, this lawsuit was brought by a group of Democratic state attorneys general. They were also asking Chutkan to block Doge from being able to fire federal employees or place them on involuntary leave. Now, Chutkan declined this request. She said that, quote, they have not shown that they will suffer imminent, irreparable harm absent a temporary restraining order. That's what they were asking for.
Now, what exactly has happened here? That's the big question. Like, what does this really mean? And why did it even occur? Well, if you haven't been following the news, a group of Democratic state attorneys general sued Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency, short for Doge, arguing that Elon's role in the federal government violates the Constitution's appointments clause. Now, what they wanted the court to do was to block Musk and Doge from accessing federal data and making personnel decisions, which kind of goes against the mission of Doge and against the mission of what President Trump promised he would deliver to the American people, which again was to find fraud, waste, and abuse in the federal government, save us more money, cut the federal deficit, try to lower that debt over time, and often look wherever you can find people doing, let's say, unscrupulous things with your dollars. That's what Elon Musk is doing. But Judge Chutkan declined to issue that temporary restraining order. So essentially what that means is Elon Musk and Doge can continue to have access to that government information so that they can continue to try to find, again, fraud, waste, and abuse, shrink the size of government. And it's a major blow, guys, a major, major blow to attorneys generals across the country, those Democrats who are trying to stop him. They didn't make a good enough argument, essentially. Now, look, Judge Chutkan did express some doubts about the Trump administration's legal arguments. And she called the case against Musk strong, but, and this is important, but with emphasis, not urgent enough to warrant an emergency court order to stop Elon Musk from continuing to move forward, at least not yet. So she's essentially giving Elon Musk the green light, keep going, doing what you're doing. But she's also saying to those attorneys generals, you don't have enough. You haven't met the burden here for me to issue that temporary warrant, if you will, to stop this. But she left the door open. So this means that Elon Musk is going to have to start moving a little quicker. It also means that Elon Musk, President Trump, and probably Republicans writ large are going to have to make a stronger case to the American people about why this is necessary and needed. They got to remind people about that $36 trillion debt that keeps rising every second. They have to remind the American people of how much money they have saved taxpayers so far. Yesterday, Elon Musk announced that he was going to try to see if with the savings, they can give every American a $5,000 stimulus. Now, I personally think that money should go back into the economy to pay down the debt, but there are a lot of people out there who could use that money. If they're going to decide to do that, allow people to use that money to save, pay off some of their personal credit card bills or other debt that they may have. That is a net positive to the overall economy writ large, in my personal opinion. And so what Elon Musk is trying to do with government, according to the Trump administration, is, again, making that federal workforce more efficient. But that's not what the Democrats were arguing. They were trying to say that Elon Musk's aims at shrinking government aren't really about shrinking government. It's really about consolidating power. And what Judge Chutkan was saying, that's not a legitimate argument. It's not a strong case to make. From everything that she's seen, she's saying, like, look, it appears that he's doing what he said he's going to do. Now, she did say it's a little chaotic, and maybe you can make an argument about that and some of the implications there, but that's not the argument that you're making before me. So she said, look, I got to side with Elon Musk. which surprised me because this is a democratically appointed judge, appointed by Barack Obama, former president. She, I don't think, is a big fan of Donald Trump. I could be wrong. But in this particular instance, she decided to side with the former president. And this lawsuit that these Democrats brought against Musk argues that his involvement is unconstitutional because, according to them, he was never confirmed by the Senate. Well, look, the president can appoint a number of people who don't necessarily have to be confirmed by the Senate. Think about Tom Homan. He's the border czar. Are Democrats all of a sudden going to want to start suing Tom Homan and saying, well, look, we don't think he necessarily has the authority that the president is claiming that he has because he wasn't confirmed by the Senate? And if they're going to really open this Pandora's box, then they should remember Republicans will have the opportunity to do it when there's a Democrat at some point in the White House as well. They don't want to go down this line or this lane, in my personal opinion. I think Democrats got to be careful here. The executive should have some authority to appoint individuals that don't require Senate confirmation. Chief of Staff doesn't require Senate confirmation. A number of his advisors don't require Senate confirmation. So they're trying to move in the direction that the judge is saying you don't have, that there is no legal precedent for this. The president doesn't necessarily have to confirm every single person. The Constitution is very detailed in who the president does have to confirm. And those individuals he appoints that don't need confirmation, it is within his power, within his authority as the commander in chief to appoint those individuals. But the judges were saying, again, that Musk has a significant amount of power, is not confirmed by the Senate. He needs to go. But let's be honest. If Musk is accessing this data, if Musk is analyzing it to make decisions about federal employees, to influence some of the policy at some of these agencies, don't you think that's a good thing if he's able to prove that he's saving taxpayers money? He's not doing anything nefarious with this information, although that's what they were attempting to allege. But there is no evidence of any of that. Again, they're just making sort of a straw man argument here merely because they don't like it. But to me, this quote unquote significant authority that they're saying Elon Musk has, it's not really there. He's not doing anything with the data. He's analyzing the data, has access to the data to figure out where do we make cuts, what positions we don't need, what waste, fraud, and abuse may exist, and how do we stop it and bring that money back to the Treasury so that we can pay down this debt and, again, do things that are truly beneficial for the American people. So the big question now is, where does that leave us? Well, for now, Elon Musk remains in his role and Doge continues to do its good work. But again, the judge, while she didn't block Musk, she did signal to those attorney generals, those Democrats out there, that the legal challenge against him could potentially continue. It can come back again, which means Democrats will go back to the drawing board and they will come back. But for now, Elon Musk has that green light from the judge to keep going, and I think he should keep going. In terms of the federal agencies, I mean, Musk is moving forward at light speed. Now, there have been some mishaps. We got to be honest about that. It hasn't necessarily been perfect, and that means you need to slow down a little bit. I think you got to move quick, but you need to be very diligent and precise in how expeditious you move. And that would be the best advice that I would give to Mr. Musk, because these Democrats are going to argue that he has too much power. They're going to argue that he isn't making government more efficient, although I believe he is. They're going to argue that he's trying to find the back door to dismantle government institutions. That's what they're going to say. They're going to say Elon Musk is looking for a back door to dismantle critical institutions that our states need, that the country needs. That's going to be the next argument coming from Democrats. And they're going to look at some of the mishaps to say, look at what the implications have been there. So my advice, Elon, be quick in how you're moving, but be precise so that we're not accidentally firing people that we really, really need, because you don't want to play into the hands of Democrats to give them a legal standing to stop some of the work that you're currently doing, which I think most of the people in this country, most of the American people will say, yes, we need to save. Yes, let's cut government waste. Let's find fraud and abuse. Let's shrink the size, and let's rid the government of inefficiencies and make it work better for the American people while also paying on that debt for generations to come. But if you give Democrats an argument to make and they go before another judge, whether it's Chutkan or someone else, then Elon Musk, you've essentially showed them your hands. Let me know what you think in the comments below about Judge Chutkan, who ruled against Trump almost every single time, now ruling in favor of Elon Musk, Doge, and obviously Trump as well. What do you think in the comments below? I'm sure Michael Singleton. Thanks for watching. Take care.